It's difficult to fully grasp the magnitude of the Beatles' impact when they first broke into the American music scene. Their appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show marked a turning point, not just in music, but in American culture at large. Practically overnight, aspiring solo artists across the country abandoned individual ambitions to form bands inspired by the British quartet. The Beatles weren't simply a popular music group. They represented a seismic cultural shift that left a lasting imprint on both the United States and the world. Musician and Beatles enthusiast Steve Van Zandt has frequently expressed his admiration for the group and the way they reshaped American music. He once remarked that the change happened almost instantaneously. On one day, bands were virtually non-existent in America, and the next, after the Beatles' Ed Sullivan performance, young people everywhere were forming garage bands in response to the phenomenon. In discussing his favourite tracks from the British invasion era, Van Zandt naturally included the Beatles, but also praised the Kinks. He pointed out the importance of their song "You Really Got Me," describing it as a pivotal moment in rock history. According to him, the raw minimalist approach of the track, enhanced by distorted guitars and intense energy, demonstrated how effective simplicity could be in rock music. He also emphasized how groundbreaking the record sounded when it first hit American radio. It stood out among the top 30 hits of the time, and both "You Really Got Me" and "All Day and All of the Night" climbed the charts. Van Zandt credited producer Shel Talmy for creating such a bold, unconventional sound. The Kinks were often mentioned alongside the Beatles, as they were contemporaries operating in the same musical landscape. However, this comparison wasn't always welcomed. Even though their music differed in tone and style, the constant association with the Beatles began to frustrate some Kinks members. Ray Davies, in particular, frequently tried to distance himself from such comparisons, as seen in various interviews. At times, Davies even downplayed praise that linked his band to the Beatles. When a journalist once suggested that the Kinks were just as widely listened to as the Beatles at one point, Davies dismissed the notion, insisting that his band was never that popular and, in fact, may have been less well received than their peers. This effort to differentiate extended to the band's musical inspirations as well. Davies often pushed back when people assumed the Beatles were their primary influence. In one instance, when someone commented that the Kinks' track "I'll Remember" reminded them of a Beatles song, Davies clarified that the song was actually inspired by an earlier figure in rock history, Buddy Holly.